Okay, so how many people want to ride the hype train with me? When I say this is probably the most hype fragrance of 2024, I'm not exaggerating because when this one was first released, there was so much controversy. Uh, it's just a Aventus Absolu clone. It's just a clone of Nissane's Hacivat. It's just a clone of just the OG Creed Aventus. Um, People was even questioning if this was a real fragrance because somebody out of Dubai that owns a shop in Dubai, the manufacturer or the house actually hit them up and said, no, that's a fake fragrance. Tell your people to not buy it. Then Ash from Gen Sense ended up coming out saying that he actually reached out to the third party distributors and they said that the company actually hit them up and said, y'all released it too early. So, what is it? Of course, it is Hawas Black from Rasasi. Is this a real fragrance? What is the longevity? What is the projection? What do I get from my nose with this fragrance? Stay tuned to find out. Like I always say, roll that beautiful bean footage. Okay, so Rasasi Hawas Black. This fragrance, of course, it came out this year. Um, it is a woody, citrus, mossy, earthy, fruity, sweet, patchouli, fresh, spicy, tropical, and amber-based fragrance. It has top notes of pineapple, grapefruit, and bergamot. It has mid notes of cedarwood, patchouli, and jasmine, and it has base notes of oakmoss, woody notes, and amber. So, from my nose, I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I do get a lot of the original um, Creed Aventus in this fragrance, but then I see where they coming when they say that it reminds them a lot of Nissane's Hacivat because Hacivat is oak moss heavy. This does have oak moss in it. I think that it could lean more of a hybrid because that's what TLGT Reviews says. Shout outs to Ross over there at TLGT Reviews. He did say that this is kind of a hybrid clone of Nissane's Hacivat with a little bit of Creed Absolute Aventus in it. Um, it's been a while since I've actually smelled Absolute Aventus. I did smell it at a Dillard's some months ago and haven't smelled it since. I don't think this is exactly 100% just regular Creed Aventus because at the end of the day, I have so many Creed Aventus clones from Alt. Even with Alt, I bought their version of Creed Aventus mixed with Creed Aventus cologne. I have Black Walnut Legend from Banana Republic, Club de Nuit Intense Man from Moth, and countless others. I don't even want to name them all. But this one, I will tell you, is going to be the strongest out of all of the DNA of Aventus, whether it's Aventus, Absolute Aventus, Hacivat, whatever it is. This is going to be the strongest. A lot of people say this is so strong that when they walk around people, they tell them, hey, I don't know how many sprays of that cologne you did, but die down or just don't wear that one because it's way too strong. Smells great, but way too strong. Um, I'm not 100% getting the fact that it is like nuclear. It's not the strongest in my collection, but it is beast mode. I will tell you that much. I've sprayed it in the air, and that is all I'm smelling right now is Hawas Black. So, do I get the fact that it's an absolute Aventus clone? Not 100%. I do feel like this right here has its little own twist. Probably a mixture of, a little bit of Absolute Aventus, a little bit of the OG, a little bit of Nissane's Hacivat. I feel like it's kind of going in that direction. So do I feel like this is redundant? If you have a bunch of Creed Aventus clones, no, I do not feel like that. I feel like this one right here is a little bit darker. I mean, if you even look at the juice, you can see it's kind of that amber colored juice. I feel like this one is suitable more for the colder weather because it is darker as far as not just presentation, but as far as overall scent smell. And I really feel like, you can dress this one up a little bit more because Creed Aventus is normally an all year round scent where you can wear it in any occasion. But I feel like you can actually dress this one up more than you can with just regular Creed Aventus. I feel like it's an amazing scent. I did pay sub $50 for this. I think it was like in the low 40s. With this scent, you can pretty much get this from any of your major distributors, Joma Shop, Fragrance Buy, different places like that. So you could just go online and look for that. The price is probably going to range anywhere from $40 to $50. I haven't seen it cheaper than that. Plus, when you add on taxes and shipping and handling, it's going to be a little bit more than that. But if you don't want to pay that right off the bat, there is afterpay. You could pay like, $10 every 2 weeks or something like that just to get fragrances if you don't want to spend the price. They're definitely making it affordable for these fragrances nowadays. But yeah, overall, do I feel like this is a fragrance I'm gonna get a lot of use out of? Absolutely, because like I said, this is the strongest Creed Aventus clone that I have in my collection. And when I say Creed Aventus clone, I just mean everything that has the Creed Aventus DNA, whether it's Absolu Aventus, whether it's Hacivat or whatever. This is the strongest in my collection. This is even stronger than Club de Nuit and Intense Man because my bottle is not really performing that well anymore because I did accidentally leave it in the heat for a long period of time and it's not performing like it should. Will I ever get another bottle? Yes, but I'm not getting the original. I'm probably get like the Perfume limited edition or one of those flankers of it. What would I rate this overall? I'll give it a solid 8. It's a beautiful fragrance. I can't give it more than that because of the fact that it's just a clone of a fragrance that's been cloned to death. I understand that it has a little bit of the Creed Absolu Aventus in it, but at the same time, it still is Aventus. Whether it's Hacivat, whether it's whatever, it still is Aventus. Should I recommend you go out and purchase it? Yeah, definitely. Is it blind buy worthy? Absolutely. It's Aventus at the end of the day. If you don't know what Aventus smells like, then you've been living under a rock. Because at the end of the day, even if you never smelt Aventus, you have probably smelt a clone of Aventus, whether it's Mont Blanc Explorer, whether it's Club de Nuit Intense Man, whether it's there's just so many. Like I said, I'm not gonna list them all, but it's probably the most cloned fragrance of all time. Even more cloned than Baccarat Rouge 540, even more cloned than Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, etc., etc. This is probably the most cloned fragrance because it's probably the most popular fragrance of all time. So yeah, I definitely think that you could go out and get this. Don't pay no more than about $50 for this fragrance because I don't think it's worth any more than that because at the end of the day, it is a clone fragrance. And I don't think that you should go out and spend hundreds of dollars or even spend $80, $70, $80, $90 on a clone fragrance. In that case, just buy the original because you're going to start spending close to what the original costs if you spend. I've seen clone fragrances that cost just as much as the original, and I don't think that it's worth it at that point. You could just buy the original. But overall, like I said, is it worth it? Absolutely. I'm definitely going to get some usage out of it. I definitely get beast mode projection. I definitely get, it never really becomes a skin scent until like after a few hours, like 3-4 hours. As far as overall longevity, you can get about 10 plus hours off of this fragrance. It's beast mode. But saying that, I have so many fragrances that I do have fragrances that are a tad bit stronger, to say the least. So that's been it. That's been my review of Hawas Black. I definitely like it. I definitely, will give it a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. And that's it. So tell a friend to tell a friend's mother, father, sister, brother, cousin. Davinci the poet does poetry and reviews. I'm out. Salute, peace, and God bless. Stay tuned for the next one.